All right. Well, we're live again, Vaughn.
Dude, we're back.
Episode 2. I guess it's been kind of a crazy week. Our first week as podcasters.
Absolutely crazy.
My life has changed.
My life is definitely changed as well. I mean, I can't. The amount of people that I have talked to this week because of this podcast it's been unreal.
Yeah, I've gotten reached out to from friends and family and ex coworkers, and then people from social media, like just fans of mine from the show, and then new fans from the podcast, and it's been good. I mean, we've gotten a couple 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, and not from like our moms. So
I mean, I left one. I'll be honest. My mom left one too.
I figured. So yeah, man, it's been a good week so far. I mean, like I said, and we've got a lot more in store. So to get positive feedback first week, we're like, okay, well,
yeah.
At least, like, I had a buddy of mine that's kind of critical, and he's like, hey, good job, I enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, well, that's.
People said we sounded good.
Yeah,
we were so worried about that.
I know. Well, Adam fixed that in the post production.
It was us.
Shout out to my brother-in-law Adam Busby. He did produce our first episode for audio, and so he's made a big help.
Yeah, he did.
So that's been good. I guess we'll kind of in that with Adam. He helped us out with our creation of the cover art. Yeah. So me and Vaughn were kind of kicking around the idea. I was going to have an artist or something like that, maybe draw a picture of us, just like a caricature, and then it just came to my mind the Step Brothers cover art.
Yeah.
And we instantly got on Amazon and ordered sweater vest.
They were designed for us by a Swedish designer on Amazon.
$20, you can't beat it.
Yeah, $20.
So we got those in, and Adam set up a full on what's it called? Just a full on photo shoot at Grayson B. We kind of took over that one evening. Danielle let us crash her store.
Luckily, I have a bunch of experience in photo shoots.
But... Yep, like we told you, Vaughn was an ex-teen model, so he really didn't give any guidance. He just worried about himself.
No, you're right. I've never had a co-cast in my photo shoots.
Yeah,
but I'm glad you're here with me.
So we took a bunch of pictures. So far, we did the cover art was the main thing. We got that done. We wanted that up to put that to where it would show on Apple, Spotify, all the podcast platforms. So that's up there. It's live. Everybody's seen it. We made a post on social. Got a lot of comments and likes, and people just saying how silly we are, which that's kind of the point of the whole deal.
We had somebody email us fan mail.
We did get our first fan mail email to our the Dale Not Dale podcast at gmail.com website. Email address. So.
And it was awesome. That felt really good.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're kind of working on a few things, working on some merchandise. Got a friend, Vito, from Canada, who does, he designs, like this hat I'm wearing is from one of his Ball His Life deal he did with his guy they're partnered with for Cards and Culture. So
he does merchandise, eh?
Well, yeah. So he does designs.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to meet with him, talk about some stuff, and we want to get some stuff out there. Anything we can have our faces on, we're gonna enjoy it because we're kind of proud of ourselves.
We are.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I mean, we wanted to just talk about the first week, so I guess I'll cheers you to the first week.
First week was awesome.
Oh, good job, dude.
Look at you.
This is everywhere.
That's okay.
This is everywhere.
It's totally okay.
It's your mother-in-law's seat.
Yeah. She'll be fine.
Here, let's
cheers.
You shook mine up before I went to the restroom.
Maybe. No, it's because you got sugar-free.
That's a mess, dude. My hands are soaked now.
Oh, man. You look fine, though. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, first week under our belts. And then, man, I've had trouble sleeping just because I know that I've been excited about what's going on, the excitement, the hype around it. We're getting a lot of people to help out. We got our friends over at Media by Bison. They're going to start producing and helping us with the video side of it. They're going to be videoing this episode to where we can have socials, reels, things like that made. Also put this on YouTube so we can start having. So since we're gonna have guests on, we want to be able to you guys can see who we're interviewing, as well as hear them,
Absolutely.
see them, and then plus you can see. Then for other sponsors, it's we're just trying to make more money out of the sponsorship deals. So.
Dude, bottom line. Yeah, money and anything free. I mean, it's kind of.
I love it.
It's an inherent feeling.
Yep. So that's the plan. So like I said, yeah, shout out to Media by Bison. Them guys are going to be helping us out. So you'll be seeing us tag them guys. You'll be seeing them share stuff on their end for us that we'll be reposting. And we got some exciting things in the works. So the cool thing is we got our first guest will be on today. They're kind of waiting around for us to call them and get them on. He's in Louisiana. He can't be here physically, so we'll have him on video. A lot of you guys may know him as the Cajun Ninja. He does the paella. He hand chops the onions and bell peppers.
His sharpest hands in the West.
Dude, I know. I tried it one time. I damn near broke my hand.
Hey, man, it happens.
Yeah. So we're going to have him on. Cool, man. I met him a few years ago. We'll kind of get into that. I like to talk about what he's working on. We got a lot of things we want to talk to him about. And, Vaughn doesn't know him well. So maybe he'll ask some questions to him that he's not used to being asked, which it can be fun.
Yeah, I have a question for him that I've been waiting on to ask, and I'm so excited to talk to him so I can ask him.
Okay, good. So we got that, and then I guess another thing we started talking about the podcast, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and every podcast kind of has their own little thing, and so being that it's the Dale Not Dale show, we're like we found each other's doppelgangers. Mm-hmm. We thought we'd have a good time with each guest and like, hey, who is your not you? Like, yep. Okay, so Cajun Indian, we talked to him today. We're going to ask him, hey, who is your not you? Yep. So we got who has you been referred to as your doppelganger celebrity? Maybe even somebody he knows. You never know. He might be another guy like me and you, how we met, not being, you were a celebrity though.
Obviously. Yeah.
We're both celebrities. But we're going to ask him that. It'd be just kind of our thing. Like, hey, who's your not you? That's what we're kind of calling it. We're going to have a whole segment.
Yeah.
May have like a hip hop horn in there. You never know. It might be some crazy stuff.
You never know.
And then on top of that, we're going to give them our recommendation for their doppelganger, for who's their not you.
Yep.
So, and I think we're going to kind of make it fun. We're going to have like a kind of a.
We're going to have a fun one too.
Like a stretch.
Yeah.
When you don't want to be considered your doppelganger.
Yeah, and I think sometimes too we're going to have a guest that we also think their doppelganger's not the fun one. We might have somebody on and we think their doppelganger's Rosie O'Donnell, and that's not really a stretch.
Well, it may be Cajun Ninjas, but so we'll have that one. We'll have a real one that we believe, and so that'll give us a little extra research each time when we have guests on to put something together. But we kind of want to make this our thing, so it's a new segment. I mean, that's our first episode with a guest, and it'll be our first episode trying this new segment out, trying to have some fun. It's it's nothing else. I think this will open up some dialogue. And, Cajun, I'm sure he gets asked about cooking all the time. We're going to ask him about that. Don't get me wrong. But we plan to ask him some stuff that's maybe he's not typically being asked.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what that is, but we have a few ideas.
Stuff at behind the scenes. That's normally, nobody sees what goes on behind the scenes.
Yep. So that's kind of the gist of this show today. The fun thing is, like I said, having our first guest. We got a lot of people lined up. I've had a great outreach of people I know from Instagram, TikTok that have committed. So now me and Vaughn have to really put a calendar together and try to schedule these people.
Yeah.
What works for them, which works for us. And just so we can get the best people on here to ask questions for you guys to see. And really just to help build the hype around our show. I mean, we're just doing this selfishly to make our show better.
Yeah, I mean, and I think everybody should understand that.
Yeah.
It is a selfish move, but that's totally okay. We live in a selfish world.
Yes, we do. So that's the plan. But like I said, man, we got a little more time before we bring Cajun on. So I don't know. We got some other stuff you want to talk about this week, man? Anything happen?
Dude, big news. Is it the Choco Taco or the Taco Choco?
No, Choco Taco.
Choco Taco discontinued.
You ever had one?
No, but I know how
It's an impact to your life.
I know how it's impacted everybody else, and because I'm caring, I have to worry about everybody else.
I've had one. It's good.
Is it?
I
See,
mean-
the Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Me
Man.
personally, I would do absolutely nothing. I think they're awful.
I do some sketchy stuff.
For a Klondike bar.
I mean, just cause.
What about a Yoo-Hoo? Do you think Yoo-Hoo's real chocolate milk?
No,
It's not.
wouldn't drink it. Speaking of Yoo-Hoo, so the other night we go to dinner after our photo shoot, mind you. So we show up to this dinner. Our wives and our kids show up with them, and me and Vaughn walk into this hibachi restaurant with our sweater vest on.
Yes.
And the waiter first, he's like, "Are y'all twins?" He's like, he thought he was like on an episode of Punk'd or something. He's like, "I don't know what's going on here. Why are we wearing the same clothes?"
I said we were fashionable Mormons.
Yeah. So it worked.
It worked. You totally got it.
But on top of that, we sit down and I think Crystal orders sweet tea. He's like, "We don't have sweet tea, but we have Snapple." I'm like,
What? I
What the
mean,
heck?
what a substitute.
"Yeah,
Snapple for a sweet tea?
yeah." And I said, "Well, you might as well make it a Yoo-Hoo." He's like, "Well, we ain't got that." He goes, "You ever had Snapple though?" Like he was really selling it.
They had a ton in the cooler and they wanted to get rid of them.
It was just such a random. I like random occurrences. That was very random.
It was random.
I was not expecting a Japanese hibachi place to offer me Snapple.
I mean, was it the Snapple in the glass, do you think, though?
Hey, it's got to be. It's got the little fun fact underneath the lid.
It's kind of like a Lone Star beer.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was just kind of bizarre. But like I said, other than that, busy week of phone and text. Like I said, we want to thank all the fans and friends that's reached out to us. Probably a lot of them that we haven't talked to in a while.
Oh, yeah.
The ones I've got were from random people. I mean, we were at church this morning. I had people like, "Are you not Dale or Dale?" Just messing with me that know me.
Yeah.
Just kind of random. So it's just fun that people are kind of talking about it. You have some of the high school kids from the church. They said, "Man, I seen your picture online. It's silly. It's silly." That's what he said. He's like, "I gotta watch it." And then people like my brother-in-law's mom, she was asking how she can watch it. She was asking, so I'm like, "I'm gonna send you a link." She's not hip on podcasts, but
my mom asked me how she could watch our podcast.
Yeah,
so it'd be tough, but I mean, if you put your mind to it.
Well, hey, thanks to the Media by Bison guys, we'll have it on YouTube this week.
Thankfully.
So that'll help. But I know you wanted to talk about another thing since we're having Cajun Ninja on, which is known for his cooking.
Yeah.
And who's not known for their cooking is our wives.
Not known for their cooking, no. I mean, not known for sure. My wife could burn a Pop-Tart that's still in the box.
It's sad. Me and Chris together 20 years, and she's never cooked one time. She does pride herself on making eggs, and she makes them in the microwave. So it's kind of an embarrassment.
My wife prides herself on eggs too, and if she ever put them in the microwave, though, that's grounds for getting an attorney. I mean, you can't do that, dude. That's unacceptable.
Yeah. So, yeah, they both can't cook. So maybe Cajun Ninja can offer some advice to like how can we get our wives to cook. I mean, I'm kind of scared. After 20 years, it's just not gonna. She's a lost cause.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing was when you meet your wife when you're young. I mean, we were younger, obviously, when we met our wives. That wasn't like one of the criteria. Hey, can you cook?
Yeah, we were too poor to buy groceries.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can cook ramen noodles.
Yeah, we ate a lot of ramen noodles in microwave, like oven pizzas.
My biggest issue, with my wife, I will say she's a fantastic outside of the cooking part, but she does these weird substitutions. She'll go and she'll have, cooking is following a recipe, following instruction. It'll call for paprika and she'll put in cinnamon.
Yeah.
Because they look the same.
That's easy. Hey, I got a story for Crystal. So I have a lot of friends that know this story. So I'm cooking fajitas. This is back when I lived in Louisiana. Cooking fajitas and I need some rice. I'm like, okay, I send her to the store. I'm like, hey, go to the store, give me some Mexican rice, the boxes that say, it's already, you just like the rice-a-roni kind of Mexican rice. You just cook it down, nothing crazy. And she's gone for a while. I'm like, what is she doing? I sent her for one thing. We're like 5 minutes from there. So eventually I call her after I kind of catch up cooking. I'm like, where are you at? And she's like, I can't find the Mexican rice. I'm like, why? I've got a guy here helping me too. I'm like, what's the problem? She goes, all they got is the Spanish rice. I'm like, Crystal, what do Hispanics speak? I mean, what do they? Oh my gosh, Spanish. So she goes, well, don't get mad at me. The guy at work didn't know that either. I'm like,
oh, he was Italian.
Yeah. They were probably related.
I guarantee it.
Dude, it was so fun. I tell people that story because that's just a classic Crystal story. I'm sure as this podcast goes on, we'll have plenty of stories to share about our wives.
Oh, yeah.
But I think now, like I said, I think we're about the time where we can get the Cajun Ninja on.
Let's do it.
Also known as Jason Derwin. I got to talk to him about that too. So his name is Jason Derwin. I know him as Cajun Ninja, and like when I'll have to ask him about this. If I get called Uncle Dale from everybody, I don't know if he gets called Cajun Ninja or his friends call him Jason or So I just feel weird calling him Cajun Ninja because it's just he's not a fictional character,
right?
But when I say, "Hey, Jason's coming over," Chris will be like, "Who's Jason?" I'm like, "Cajun Ninja." I feel like a 3-year-old telling him
that's his ninja name.
Yeah. So it's just I got to ask him about that because I've always kind of felt awkward when I say it, but I never told him about it. So
yeah,
but I guess we will tee him up and get him on we'll get him on now, and he'll jump on, and we'll start asking some questions and get you guys some answers and have some fun, and we'll play our Who Is Your Not Who game.
I'm down with it.
All right, let's do it now.
Rude.
You know, I've always wanted to be a badass.
You're definitely not. But,
well,
you know, I've been somewhat of a badass. And then more so, I've been drinking these Bison energy drinks.
Yeah.
And their slogan is, let's face it, you're a badass. Take a sip of this. Like,
that's all it takes?
Instant badass.
It's guaranteed?
Try it.
All right, dude. I'm going to try it.
So the cool thing about these guys, they are a local-based League City company, and they got great products. I mean, let alone they have energy drinks that turn you into a badass. They also have beard bombs, which will go good with your freshly shaved face. So you need to grow a beard.
Is my voice deeper now?
It's definitely, you sound more badass.
Because I'm a badass.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't drank enough yet.
Oh.
But yeah, man. So you need to check these guys out. Bison Energy. They have energy drinks. You have the regular. I have the sugar-free. They have tattoo salves. They have beard bombs, beard oils. So you go check them out at bisonproducts.com and use the code DaleNotDale. Gives you a discount at checkout. And it also helps put money in our pockets. Let's just let's face it.
Absolutely.
It's going to help us out.
Now, after having that, I'm going to need that beard stuff because I'm going to grow one.
Yeah. So if you want to be a badass, drink Bison Energy.
Rude.
All right, guys. We got joining from way over in Louisiana, the Cajun Ninja, my boy. What's up, man?
What's up, man? I'm ready to do this. I've been waiting all day to do this.
You're the first official Dale, not Dale guest. This is Vaughn, by the way, not Dale.
What's going on, man? It's great to meet you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a mirror image.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I for a second there, I thought I was talking to Vaughn.
Yeah.
I say, "What's up, Dale?" But,
yeah.
Thankfully, you got a hat on.
It happens.
Yeah.
That helps.
It happens. What's going on, dude? Yeah. Well, we had a little technical difficulty before we got to this, guys. But Jason's assured me, I'll call him Cajun Ninja, just so we don't confuse people. But your real name is Jason Derwin. I guess
that is correct.
Before we start, I need to clear this up. So I always feel weird
saying my last name.
No. Calling you Jason. I don't know if I call you Jason or Cajun Ninja, like, because I'll be like, Chris will be like, who you texting? I'm like, Jason. Well, Jason who? I'm like, Cajun Ninja. But I sound like a 4-year-old, and I'm like, hey, me and Cajun Ninja talking. You know, it just seems weird. I don't know. I get called Uncle Dale. Like, people call me Uncle Dale all the time. I'm sure people call you Cajun Ninja all the time.
Yeah, look, it's like this, man. I think once you get to be good friends with somebody, you kind of really don't call them by their creator persona. I mean, like, dude, I talk about you as Uncle Dale to like friends and family, but like when I see you, I don't say, "Hey, Uncle Dale,"
Yeah,
I don't say that to you. I'm like, "What's up, Dale?" So it's kind of like once you become boys, it's like you don't really call each other that too much. Although some of my friends might just call me Ninja sometimes, but I don't push it too much just for the sense that there's enough Ninja brands out there. I don't want to get caught up in any lawsuits.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Well, like I said, it was one of those things. I was like, I got to bring that up today to him because it's always one of those deals to where I feel more comfortable calling you Jason. But if I tell somebody, oh yeah, Jason, we're gonna see Jason for dinner. Well, Jason who? I'm like, well, Cajun Ninja. It's just I don't know. But they're not on that level. They don't talk as much as me and you talk, Crystal. So she just doesn't. I guess she doesn't picture that. I got another good friend over here named Jason. So it throws it all off.
Yeah, bro. It sounds like your life is really hard.
Yeah. That's the most stressful thing in my day right now.
Yeah.
What to call you?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, to be honest.
Hey, it's the cross-eyed bear. Okay.
We're not worried about a recession. We're worried about names.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you, man? What's new in your world?
Yeah, dude, I just stay busy all the time, dude. A lot of times I don't even know what I'm doing next. I got Missy kind of playing secretary now. She went and bought like a book to write down like what we have going on because I'm so terrible with my schedule.
Yeah.
Like I'll just commit to things. Like somebody will text me and say, "Hey, can you judge the cook-off, this certain cook-off in Baton Rouge?" Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I just look at my schedule, see if I have anything open. I don't. Okay. So then I'll go to like our whitewash board and I'll put judge and cook off this date. And like, here we are a month later and I'm like, what is this? Like, where is that? So I had to get her involved because I'm so terrible. I'll just put, judge cook off in Baton Rouge. Okay. Where in Baton Rouge? What's the name of the cook off? And then I can't go back to the message because by then I've had so many more messages come through. I don't even know the name of the person, where it came from. Like, I'm like, so a lot of times the week of something, I'm just kind of waiting for that person to message me and say, "Hey, we're still gonna see you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's the such and such cook-off." Yeah, I'll be there. So but I'm terrible with that. But yeah, dude, man, coming up this month, I have so much on the plate. I mean, it's crazy. We're flying to Ohio. It was the first like real out-of-state event I got invited to do. It's like some pork festival in Ohio. Apparently, it's a really big deal up there. So we put a deal together where they're gonna fly me and Misty up there, and I'm gonna cook for 2 days out there. I'm the grand marshal of the FIFA Festival this year in Baton Rouge. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's like this big Halloween festival they put on to raise money for kids who can't afford costumes.
Okay. So
I thought that was pretty cool. And then, in between all that, man, I just got a bunch of different little cook-offs I'm judging or I'm either cooking for. And then beyond that, I got to fit in the 4 nights a week teaching Taekwondo because I do run my own Taekwondo studio down here in Louisiana. I got the cookbook coming out in November.
Yep.
Dropping that.
I knew that was good. Is that still on pre-order?
Yeah, man, still pre-order at CajunNinjaBook.com, man. People have been snagging it. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's probably going to hit even more sales as holidays approach.
Yeah.
But it's still doing pretty well as far as the daily selling of the book.
Yeah.
But once the pre-sales is kind of up and it really hits shelves, I expect it to really start to take off. But I'm pumped about it, man. Like this book's got so many like just real personal things in here for me. My kids, they got pictures with both sets of grandparents in the book.
That's cool.
I got pictures of some of my best friends from high school, things around town that I know and love. And it's a really awesome book for just not just recipes, but it tells a lot of the story of just my life here. So,
that'll be good.
Man, pumped.
Well, we should have put Vaughn was asking me a while back how we met. And I was like, maybe you should have put that in the cookbook of how we met at a porta potty line. I figured that'd be a good one.
You know what, man? That would have been freaking awesome. I didn't even think about that. Like, I was kind of like, I was really trying to randomly pick stories to kind of throw in the book. But damn, dude, I know we actually got a really good picture we took, me, you, and Misty at Chloe's Cajun Market.
Yep. That was for when you were in the hurricane.
Yeah. Damn it, bro. See, you
Hey,
should have brought that up to me.
second cookbook.
Next cookbook, man.
Yeah. Amen, bro.
There you
know
go.
what? Dash is in the book. He's a puppy in the book. We actually got him that week. They came to my house to do like, photography and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping volume 2 can happen so he can be grown up, and everybody can see how big he is,
Yep.
So yeah, volume 2, TaeKwonDales cookbook.
That's it. Hey, so I know we talked about this before. I want to ask you a few of the things that you probably always get asked, but we're going to talk about some stuff that you don't probably typically talk about on podcasts. That's what I kind of want to do past this. But we were just talking about, I know you had a social media you had a YouTube for what? Well, how long was it? I had it written down.
It's like over a decade. It's like 2006.
It's like 9 years or so before, but no, before you made your first
10 years before
your first viral video.
Correct.
So like, I think all those views may have added up to less than what that first one that went viral on. I mean, pretty sure when you went with your chicken and sausage gumbo.
That YouTube channel only had like 9 subscribers. Yeah. It was nothing. And I basically had a YouTube channel because, early on with YouTube, I think you kind of had to you had to set up a channel to be able to comment on other channels. Yeah. And so I had just a blank one. And even to this day, if you look up my YouTube channel, it'll say something like Jason Cards, it'll be like youtube.com, Jason Cards. And the reason why I had put that name was because I liked playing poker and it sounded like chasing cards, So that was it. I had no real reason to like anything. And then but I was always fascinated with the idea of creating content. But dude, it was so much harder to do it in 2006 than it is now. Yeah. Like now, it's like, dude, everybody's famous now. It's like almost like being famous on social media is kind of like, oh wow, you went viral. Whereas before it was like, holy shit, did you hear such and such went viral? It's the world has changed tremendously when it comes to creating content. But I had that for a long time, man. And then whenever I was doing the cooking thing or whatever, when I started my page originally, it was What You Doing to Ruin. And when I started that's when I started kind of creating videos, which you were able to kind of do through the iPhone. Yep. And then that one video went viral on Facebook, and I was like, well, let me put it on my YouTube page, and that's where that started taking off too.
Yeah, I know. Your Facebook's got a huge following. I mean, it's over 1 million that I've seen on there as far as your following on Facebook. I know your YouTube's not as big as your Facebook, but Facebook, man, it's such an easy way to share recipes, man. My mom was always saving recipes and sending them to me. It's one of those things. So I know that's easy for somebody to do.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm shocked at how big the platform has gotten. I always give the credit to the people because at the end of the day, it's a blank page without them. Yeah. I also don't like to really necessarily say like my followers or I have followers. I just always say like people follow the page. Yeah. Because that's what it is to me. But you share all the things that I get to do is because of them,
Yeah, you share a lot of like people tag you, take stuff. I do the same on mine. You have a lot of people that take pictures with you and tag you and you reshare it, which is cool, man. Like it's such an easy thing for you to do that helps the engagement with your fans too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look, and I don't know if that hurts or helps your page because I'm always like sharing what people send me or pictures of their food. In my mind, it's like, hey, cool, like you did something that I had put out there and made it in your own way. And I feel like you deserve to be showcased. But sometimes it seems like Facebook puts the kibosh on things. And it's like the whole algorithm just crushes you if you try to share other pages or other people's profiles. Yeah. It's like now it seems like they just want you to buy sponsored posts or ads, in order to boost your platform.
Yeah, no, I know. Vaughn, you got a question for him?
I do.
Right on.
So I guess, Dale had told me about you, months back, and I've looked at a ton of YouTube videos, and it's hard for me to get through them without getting hungry, no matter where I'm at in life. I mean, I could be eating dinner and I just get hungry watching those, man. they look phenomenal. You're doing a great job. But I guess one of the questions I had is, at what point did you think, this is beyond YouTube, this is now a job? It's not a hobby, it's now a job. I mean, was there a moment, a video, or anything where it just kind of hit you?
Well, I guess I should get you to elaborate a little bit on your question. Like, do you mean in the sense of it's a job because it requires a lot of effort, or it's a job because it's now making me money?
Yeah, I think
that's
more monetarily. It's like it's your thing now. It's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I would say from a monetary and a if you're putting in a whole bunch of hours too. I mean, I guess those most of the time would go hand in hand. But yeah, specifically.
Yeah, you think they would, but a lot of it early on didn't pay anything.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, on Facebook there was no monetization until like 2018, and I went viral in 2016. So for like the first 2 years, I was just putting out content on Facebook to just build the page. And it's crazy because a lot of the big creators that were out there weren't big on Facebook like they are now. Like a lot of creators have become more bigger on Facebook since the monetization kicked in. But prior to that, I was one of the few that was just putting content out on there just because I loved it. It was building something. I knew there was some kind of direction here, and I just kept doing it. And it was actually 2018. Funny enough too, because I had faced some layoffs in the oil field, and I had started with this other company around maybe 16. I want to say around the same time I was viral, and I was with them for roughly 2 years, and they were just a small company. They couldn't even afford a salesperson anymore. And like I was having to cut ties with them, and I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to let this go because I need to get on with a bigger company with better benefits, what have you. And sure enough, man, like I wound up getting a notification that said your page is now eligible for monetization. And I'll never forget, like the first day that gumbo video I had paid me like $300. And it was an old video, so
wow.
all the other ones started hitting monetization and it started actually paying off. It doesn't pay like it once did, but it's still definitely a revenue. And I'm super thankful for it. But sure enough, man, 2018, when I thought I was about to have to get another job back in the oil field, monetization hit. So a lot of times I'm one who truly believes in divine intervention. And, sometimes the good Lord just kind of takes you on a path and just keeps you straight and narrow, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Before he's ready to get, hook you up, because you don't need to get ahead of yourself. We're not good enough. Sometimes when people get ahead of themselves, they get greedy and they get beyond control. So, but yeah, that was it, man. 2018.
Hey, I got a question for you. Just because I was always curious. I know we kind of talked about it some in person, but like from start to end of a video, how much time does that take for one recipe? Like let's say your gumbo recipe, from like you starting it to cooking it to edit it, like what kind of time you think that takes?
Yeah. Okay. So you got to factor in a lot of things. I mean, there's going to be some prepping as far as, game plan and how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Then you also got to factor in going to the grocery store, getting all your ingredients. Then you got to come home, think of how you're going to do it in the order you're going to do it. Then, I start the video, I record each one of them in segments, which is crazy because people are always like, man, you should get a GoPro so that way you can use both hands. I mean, for one, I like to be able to start and stop clips because it helps me already with the editing process.
Yeah.
It's a lot less cutting I have to do or to even find where to cut. Every clip is already cut. The other thing was that if I, the way I do it is I show you it's so easy that you can do it with one hand.
Yep.
So there we go. So there was that. But yeah, man, so it just the video in part itself could take a good 6 hours, but if you include everything else, man, it might be a 10-hour day. And then it could, like in the early days when I wasn't as quick with editing, that would take me a whole next day. So there'd be 2 days in that. Then you got to factor in, once it's posted, all the comments that come through. If you really want to build your brand and your legacy, you have to answer these people. You have to respond to them, there's a lot more work behind it than people know. And those comments keep coming. They don't just stop for a couple of days. I still get comments on things that were a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever regret doing the karate chop on the onions and bell peppers?
It's funny you say that, man. I don't necessarily regret it, but yeah, that one scene, it takes like an hour, because like I gotta like put everything. Well, I mean, it used to. Now I'm much better at it. I actually found a really awesome trick. I'll tell you off camera about how I do it now, but like I learned this trick from actually doing this recent brand deal with Lifestyle Appliances. Their camera crew guy came in and when we did it for that camera, and he showed me. I was like, well, damn it, I could have done that for many years, because like what I was doing is I set up with all the stuff, and then I put the camera down, and then I have a separate cutting board that I pull one off individually and cut it all up and put it back. And the reason why is because I don't want to move the cutting board any way, shape, or form, So then I put each little spot back in a perfect little spot. Then I would come back with the camera and have to find where my cropping was. And like, I'd have to go back and look at it, put it back, go back and look at it, put it back. So I really thought I knew where every corner was and where my hand was. And then I'd go for it. And even still, there were many times it kind of looked botched, but there were sometimes it was so on that I was like, dang, that looked clean.
You know how many times I almost broke my hand on an onion trying to do that before you told me that was fake?
Come on. It's funny you say that, man, because did you see whenever DJ Rhett was poking fun of me? He had an onion and he hit it and he goes, that shit doesn't work. And then like I took an onion and I had it in front of me and I laughed at the camera and then like I went, Paya! And I smashed that onion. And look, no lie, that was the first time I actually hit a real one in real life. And my whole thing is like I've broken concrete before in Taekwondo, like dude, I've skinned up this hand. I've actually broken this hand in sparring. So it's got like this like callus inside. So it's actually pretty strong. And I thought, man, I can hit an onion. I know I can hit an onion. It's just hitting the cutting board behind it that can hurt, but I was like, screw it. And then like I smashed it. Missy was filming on this side and like it went, Brah! And then like, as I'm looking up, I'm trying to contain myself from like, holy shit. And then Missy's on the other side going, holy shit. She's like whispering.
I've never been so turned on in my life.
I was like, I couldn't believe I did it, And it was just so awesome because I'm pretty sure even DJ Red had to be like, damn it, dude, that was a good way to come back. Because like it was like, how do you come back from somebody who's calling you out and saying that shit doesn't work? You just do it.
Oh yeah. I know. I cracked up. I seen that one because he's been all over TikTok. You make some good TikToks as well. Like I said, I enjoy yours. We always talk on TikTok, and then he's came out there. He's been doing that dude does all kind of crazy stuff lately. So
yeah. You know what is about him? He really like works hard to find the thing that is the niche, And so like he'll try many different things and then I think the one that's really, really popping for him right now is just doing these little quick lip syncs
I know.
of songs. And like once he started nailing those, man, people started really tuning in and he's getting some really good organic reach, which is awesome, man. I mean, he puts a lot of work in, so good on him,
Yep. Yeah, like I said, those have been good. Like I said, we'll definitely share all your socials. You got anything you want to ask next that we have?
Yeah, man. So I guess one of the things that I had a question on was if you were to pick one meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner that you cook, and you have to eat that for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Boudin.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was quick.
That could be eaten anytime.
For me, it'd have to be boudin balls because that's the only thing I've actually made and it's in my cookbook. Yep. I haven't made actual boudin, but the thing about boudin is there's all kinds of boudin. There's cauliflower boudin, there's crawfish etouffee boudin, there's chicken boudin, this boudin, that boudin. So I'm like, you know what? That's when people ask me that, I always say that because then I can have variety.
Yep. Hey, so one thing we want to do different on our show, like I texted you yesterday, I said, hey, we got a new segment we're going to do. You're the first person, like you said, you're the first person to do anything. It kind of seems like when you're on podcasts, but we got a new segment we're going to do called the Who's Your Not You. Like, me and Vaughn are kind of each other's doppelgangers. That's how this came about, the whole point of this. And so we're like, okay, well, this is kind of our thing. Like, we have a guest on, like, who is your doppelganger? Who's somebody you've been told? And like, we have an idea of, we have a doppelganger we've selected for you as well. So like kind of who's your doppelganger, who you've been told, I guess, over the years or whatever that you look like.
Wow. Okay. So would it be on the celebrity level? Because
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it could be anything.
because obviously, Dale, like, in order for this to work, you had to have a celebrity like Vaughn in order to make you what you are.
See, look at that, man! I love it. I love it. I'm buying 2 cookbooks. I love it. Thank you.
But no, like, I've had a few of them, and there's one I can't think of his name. Is a country singer. There's a country singer that people have said I look like.
Kane Brown,
Reba McEntire.
Oh, obviously. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Then the other one is Seth MacFarlane.
Dude, that was mine. I picked that one for you.
Yeah,
hey,
I've had that.
So
yeah,
I have a picture of you, and I was looking at it the other day. I was like, man, I can't think of who it is. And then, so I went to Mrs. page, and I looked at the latest picture y'all took, and I screenshot it, and I was like, it came to me. I sent it to Vaughn. I was like, it's Seth MacFarlane. He's like, and I was like, that's exactly who it is. Like, that's who.
Yeah,
the doppelganger.
I had originally chosen Kane Brown. You kind of look like him in a lot of pictures.
Who is Kane Brown?
Country singer.
Country singer. Yeah.
Okay, I think I have it. So let me look that up right here. I got the laptop in front of me. I'll let you know for sure if it's Kane Brown. But I want to say that sounds so familiar to me.
So many pictures he has. I mean, it's back and forth, but there's a lot of them that you look.
Yeah, he don't have a beard. I even looked up Seth MacFarlane with a beard, and they had somebody had like a drawn on picture of one.
Okay, so it's not Kane Brown, but yeah, I could maybe kind of see it there. You know what I'm saying? We're both real handsome.
I still think,
absolutely.
I still think Reba, but but like you always kind of. I've gotten we've gotten different ones, but like I said, once we had this mutual friend that you got to meet Vaughn and his same you got to meet Dale. He's a big time celebrity. You should know who he is. So
yeah.
He Googled me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And we realized how much it's crazy. I don't know if you listened to the first episode we did, but my dad, he's like, it's freaky, man. He's like, I don't know that guy's mom. I'm pretty sure.
Y'all should definitely both wear a hat, though.
Yeah. We wanted you to just be able to see the difference. One
backwards, something to really throw it out. Because, like, dude, right now, I'm able to, like, know because of the hat.
Yeah.
But y'all definitely, I would throw it off for sure.
I'm glad Vaughn wore a hat today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But wait, just so we're on the topic, I do have one more that I've been told.
Who's that?
I don't know if y'all ever looked at this guy, but it's the Ohio State coach Ryan Day.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I see it. I absolutely see it.
I've been told that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It is. It's hard. Usually it's hard to see yourself when other people, see it. You kind of know all the different ins and outs of your face.
Yeah.
But dude, people tell me that, man, it must be just the beard and the dark eyes or something. I don't know. But
yeah,
I definitely see Ryan Day.
Yeah, it's funny, man. But yeah, like I said, I that's kind of our new little thing we want to do with you. Kind of like that's kind of thing we can do and just open some dialogue up and have some fun with it and try to see what works. Like I said, we know who our doppelganger is. It's kind of weird how we met. I moved to an area where we lived 10 minutes away from each other. It's just very weird.
Dude, is it though? Or is it just divine intervention?
It is, man.
Like,
tying it back.
I mean, we
people, like nothing's weird, bro. I mean, nothing's normal either.
But
it's it just comes just like this, right? Like what are the chances that you happen to walk right by me there at the national football game, and now here we are. I know. It's like I think, dude, like I've told this to people before. Like when you're on a deeper level of consciousness, you almost start to realize that we are all connected.
Yeah.
Like in some way, shape, or form, we are all connected. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, like say, God puts people in your lives for a reason. And like I said, yeah, we met and we talked and then we've hung out with our families and became buddies and played golf together. Watched you tear up the course record. That was something,
dude. Yeah. Look, I mean, bro, I am like a beast. When it comes to playing golf, man. I mean, Not really, but like it sounds good when I say that. But yeah. Now Dale crush a ball, man. Like honestly, it was kind of cool that we were like 3 under in 6 holes. You know, like and like I can't say that I had contributed a whole lot, but there were a few times we used my ball.
Yeah,
you know? I had a great strategy, which was listen, I'm gonna go out there and give us one that's comfortable, and then you just hit it from there.
Yeah.
And it worked pretty well for a minute, but then I don't know, I started drinking or something, and then Dale was kind of on his own.
That was a fun time though. I brought him back to my hometown, Westlake, and then the night before was like a benefit dinner, and he came, and dude, they forgot about Uncle Dale whenever Cajun Ninja showed up. You know, I was like, whatever.
Nah.
No, it was fun, man. Like they were all excited. My buddies, like I said, these are my buddies. It'd be like, you know, going back somewhere. Like when we went to the Garth Brooks concert together. You know, we're both getting talked to, recognized, taking pictures. But man, he's like a king over there, man.
I
don't know.
King Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what it is, man. I like to think and hope that I don't. Like if people actually think that of me, they know that I don't think that of myself, you know. Like I genuinely, to me, believe that the people that follow the platform, they the real celebrities. Like that's how I view it. Like when I get to meet people in person, which is so crazy because when I met Dale, I just like high-fived him and brushed him off, which I never do. But I had to pee so bad that it was just like I was like, yeah, man, sure. I'm talking like the level of pee so bad that I was this close to just saying, screw it, I'm getting arrested. You know, like that's how bad I had to go. So I was just in the zone of like, I have to think of something else. And he's like, hey, it's Cajun. He's like, what's up, man? High five, bam. You know, so that's why it's wild to say that what I'm about to say about the people I meet. Generally, when I meet people who either a fan of what I do or they recognize me in some kind of way, I'm so excited to meet and talk with them that it gets to the point where they're finally like, all right, well, it was nice meeting you.
What a weirdo.
I'm just talking so much. Well, right on what you made, you know, like I just talk so much because it's really cool, man. Like I feel definitely very blessed to do this, you know.
Yeah.
And it's because of the people, you know.
Yeah. No, man, like I said, that's what keeps it going. I mean, like I said, you could be cooking and do all this stuff. If nobody's watching or engaging with it, then it's kind of you're doing it in vain. But you know, you're getting something out of it. And to see people comment or tell you something in person, man, I know that's fun because like I said, I enjoy it because it's good for the old ego, you know. For me, I love it.
Yeah.
If they don't know, I'm like, hey, y'all know who Uncle Dale is? They're like, no. I'm like, well, that's me. You're like, look it up, you know.
Yeah.
Look it up. Dale, has anybody told you have nice hair today?
Yeah.
Have you heard that yet?
I gotta hear it for assurance, you know. Yeah. But no, man, like I said, that's kind of. I didn't have a whole lot more for you, man. I wanted to have you on, man. As like I said, me and you became boys over the last couple of years. We've gotten closer, just kind of hanging out and kids playing together and doing stuff like that. So I was like, man, I got to get you on here. One, people know that we're friends. So like, just like whenever that golf tournament, people knew we're friends. They're like, man, can you bring your buddy Cajun Ninja? I was like, oh yeah, I'll ask him. And you came and we went and played. So people do that. My sister-in-law was in town this weekend and she was like, oh my God, I got to get with you after this. She's like, my dad is like, any piece of merchandise or anything he's done, he's got it.
Yeah.
He watches all his videos. He goes, I think he just loves his voice. He just listens to his voice. I mean, it kind of got a little weird how much he talks about it. But it's my sister-in-law's dad. I was like, so I got to get with you after this. Maybe we can do something for him or send him a video. He's a big time fan. So I was like, man, that's always cool to hear, especially when you got a connection with him to where it's just something easy to do. You know, I'll run into people out in public and they'll want to FaceTime their mom or something like that. Hell, Vaughn gets stopped in public for them to FaceTime their mom, thinking that he looks like Uncle Dale.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, I would totally play that one.
I do now. I sign autographs for him.
Yeah, it's like that guy, not Tom Cruise. You know? Like he does a really good deep fake.
Oh,
but awesome. Well, I FaceTimed you a couple weeks ago because we were at a house with some little girls there. They're friends of my daughters, and they were like, just so, do you know Uncle Dale? You know, and I was like, yeah, and it was so funny because then like your wife goes, hey, you can tell him, man, Kiki's here too. And I was like, I'm so sorry, Kiki. And then he goes, oh, that's just Uncle Dale's wife.
Hey, I'll say that. I got some buddies that give her heck like that, and it gets her. It gets her a lot.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like,
that was so funny.
I'm like, Crystal, they come for the main attraction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the Uncle Dale show.
Yeah.
I'm sure Adam don't like me saying that. I'm like, it should be the Uncle Dale and Hazel show. But, you know, if I had my way, that's what I would name it. But Outdaughter works too.
Yeah, and look, all those things can still happen.
Yeah.
These kids, they're gonna grow up, dude, and like that's the thing. Like they're gonna grow up and probably create their own, personas and lifestyles and brands. And you pray that it's all on a good path for them, though, because you never want to see kids get too deep into that too early. But they have the legwork done for them now that it can happen. And the beauty of it is that you being tied to like Hazel like that, she may get popular and have her own little, podcast and bring you into it because like that's what it was from the get go. Y'all were always just partners,
Yeah, no, man, it's cool. It's been a fun ride for us as well. I mean, one, like I said, for us, we're just family, being ourselves, and like I said, for you, I think that's why yours is easy. You're not playing a character. I mean, you're just yourself, and that translates well to your videos and to your fans. I think that's the same way for us. I mean, we're not pretending to be anything we're not. So I think that's the best thing about it. We're just some normal people, man. We're from Louisiana. I love people. We talk to people. Like, it's just in our DNA being Louisiana, I think, and so I think that's why me and you hit it off so quick. We kind of felt like we grew up together or something, when we met. It's just that kind of vibe whenever you meet people from Louisiana.
Yeah, look, man, nail on the head, and also too, I think it's good for your sanity to not play a character. Yeah. And listen, I'm not trying to knock anybody who plays a character. Obviously, for a lot of. I mean, you look someone like Uncle Roger. I don't know if you watch his reviews on YouTube. The guy who, he is hilarious. He's this Asian guy who he reviews like people who cook Asian food, and like it is hilarious. I'm gonna have to send you some videos.
Right,
dude. He's got such great one-liners. But the thing that I love that he does is that he comes out of character, like in his like blooper reels. Like he'll show a blooper and he'll be like, Uncle Roger wouldn't say that, and like his thing, he says his name is Nigel, and he's done interviews about what Uncle Roger's supposed to be, like the stereotypical old 50-year-old Asian man, So, but I love that he does that. He comes out of character, whereas like some people get so far into their character, it's hard for them to be who they were in real life. And I know early on for me, I was kind of being a little character-ish in my videos. And there was a day that I actually was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to try to force an accent of me. I talk like this and I'm from down the bayou, which look, there are a lot of people that talk that way. And like, I'm not trying to like say it in the sense of making fun, but like, you always got
to be on if you do that. That's what makes it tough.
Yeah, for sure. You always have to be on. And the thing is, like, Louisiana's made up of a ton of different accents.
Oh, no.
Like, it's a very small percentage of people in the entire state who talk like that.
Yep.
The rest of us don't all talk that way. So, like, I knew I wasn't going to push that. I was just going to be me. And like, it makes it great when I go do meet and greets and what have you. The other thing I'm real big on, too, like, we got our personal Facebook pages where we friends on there.
Yep.
I don't really accept a lot on those.
Yep.
And it's not to, like.
Me too. I keep that personal.
Yeah, I don't, and it's not to like, tell people I don't want to be friends with you. It's just the thing is I like to have a place where I'm grounded on the internet, where I can scroll and I know who everybody is.
Yeah.
Like I know such and such's life. I know their kids, and it takes me back to who I am and who I am at the core. And so those are the things I always try to do with social media, and it keeps me from getting too caught up in the rat race of the numbers and everything else,
Yeah. Well, hey, I got one last question for you. Being that you're a karate taekwondo guy, number one karate movie of all time. There's only one correct answer though.
Oh, well, Karate Kid, because it's a karate movie. I mean, that is like the only movie I know that says karate. So So, like, are you going martial arts?
Martial art movie.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
Okay, the greatest martial arts movie of all time is Bloodsport.
Yes. There it is.
Oh, that's it. That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay, USA.
hey, you had to say that. I was like, man, we and Bond, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's top 3.
Yeah.
Frank Dukes. I grew up watching the show every day and had an uncle that would tell me and my best friend, we were little kids, that he taught them how to fight. And so, it was just one of those things, man. I've watched that movie 1,000 times probably in my lifetime.
Dude, well, I think it was Black Belt Magazine posted one day, what is the greatest martial arts movie quote of all time? And I put in the comments, what's the difference if Bruce Springsteen is a Shidoshi?
Jackson said that.
Yeah. He's like, what's the difference? That was that little Asian guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He goes, like they're like, Tanaka was your Shidoshi? And he goes, what's the difference if Bruce Springsteen was a Shidoshi? And so I put that, and like only a few people got it. They were like, what are you talking about? But some people were like, okay, USA, like, and those were the diehards.
Yeah.
They knew, they knew what it was, man. So it was really funny. But yeah, there's some great one-liners in that movie. I saw not long ago, I don't know where we were, maybe in San Antonio. For sale was the arcade machine.
Oh, karate. Really?
Karate champion. It was the same one that Van Damme and old boy played. I don't know what that guy's name. He's Booger on the nerds. But yeah, the same machine was for sale. It was like $800. I was like, hey, I am tempted to buy this because it's a classic.
I need it. Oh, that's good. I figured you would answer that way. I'm glad we've changed it to martial arts because that's true. But
yeah, look, I'm just trying to help you, bro. You know,
thank you.
You know, that's why you brought me on, bro, just to like bring this thing to the next level.
Dude.
Like the whole doppelganger thing. From now on, you're gonna ask the question. So who's your celebrity doppelganger? You know, versus somebody you have one here who says, "Oh yeah, well Miss Sharon from 3rd grade, you know, we look a lot alike." And nobody's gonna get it. Everybody's gonna be just hearing crickets. You know, so celebrity doppelganger.
Well, the only reason we call it the "Who's the Not You" because it's the Dale, not Dale. That's why, you know, who's the not Cajun Ninja. You know, that's
who's the you but not you. Yeah,
man.
I know. I like that. You know, but I think it should be. You know, who's the
celebrity one?
You,
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
that way because people, if they say, "Well, I do have this friend of mine, she looks a lot like me," like, right? It's just the ratings are gonna go like this.
Yeah,
you know, people are just gonna be like,
they're tuning out.
I don't know who that is. But then, like, if like you know, the girl on the show says, "Well, people say me and Carrie Underwood look a lot alike." Pew! I don't know what it is, bro, but it works. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Look, I'm gonna send y'all a hat too, bro. I got some new hats. Look at these paya hats.
Send me a paya hat. I'm gonna get with you for my sister-in-law's dad too, man. We got to get him hooked up because, like I said, man, he is your number one fan. We're gonna maybe we'll do like a trivia questions together, see if he answers them all right first. We're gonna vet him out.
We could put together a grand prize of Cajun Ninja items.
There you go.
You know, it gets them all right.
Yeah,
I like it.
But no, man, we appreciate you jumping on with us, man. Like I said, you're our first guest. I knew I had to have you on, man. Like I said, I knew you'd be a good time, and I knew you would teach me a lot because you've been such a mentor to me lately. And I'm like 3 stripes away from my black belt.
Yeah, you are.
So close.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe like you know, a couple stripes on the white belt.
Yeah. Well,
pink stripes, couple pink stripes.
Couple stripes in one. Like, are we going jujitsu terms, or are we going like McDojo life?
Man, I don't know. Like Rex Kwon Do. That's my reference.
Yeah.
We're doing Dale Do.
Mess with you with a pair of them bad boys. You know, I'm surprised we don't have one Nacho Libre quote in this.
I know. That's we usually text back and forth, and Nacho Libre quotes are memes. That's kind of how we usually communicate.
Dude, it is the best. like somebody that's on the same level who loves that, like, dude, it really is awesome. You know. Because there's so many just great, like, man, I tell you, to this day, because I got my girl, I don't know if I told you this, but like my wife knows, I got them to love Nacho Libre because when we played it, they were young enough to not know when the best parts were, but I always laughed hysterically, like over the top.
Yeah.
So it would make them laugh.
Yeah.
Where when they watched it again, they just would laugh.
You got to sell it.
But like to this day, man, he still gets me whenever, like, at the beginning, he's trying to get the kid to eat the soup, and he's like, "The soup is especially delicious today." And he tries to take a bite,
and he comes out his nose.
Comes out his nose. Like, dude, it is such a funny movie, man. I love that kind of humor.
Yep. Well, good, man. Well, like I said, I appreciate it, man. We'll be in touch. Like always, we'll make sure to share all your socials whenever we post the podcast. And we'll do some social media stuff, and I'll get you tagged. And like I said, the media company we work with, Media by Bison, they'll tag you on some stuff as well on social media, like to kind of get us all out there, get some hype around it, man. But like I said, we're excited about this episode, getting you on, and we're gonna name this one TaeKwonDales. That's the name of this episode. So we've already got that established. But yeah, man, like I said, thanks for jumping on, dude. It's been good. And,
hey, look, I appreciate it, and I'll put it out there too, man. And hopefully, if anybody's watching this, give these guys a follow.
Thank
you.
Absolutely.
Podcast.
We buy your cookbook
it's
too.
the only place where you do you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Is that trademarked?
It is actually in the process.
Okay, well, I'll say it. I'll say it for next couple episodes until it's trademarked.
We'll hurry up and trademark it
sir,
first.
I will give you permission.
Okay, good. Okay,
and you have this on recording.
I need a you do you shirt, man. That's what I need.
That's awesome.
Look, I got the coffee mug too, but I need you to like whenever somebody's giving you a hard time about something, you're like, hey, well, it is what it is, guy, and then you just slowly lift the mug. You do you. Yeah. Like, dude, one of my favorites, I have a picture of me like drinking the mug and looking at the camera. So when people come in and say, you're not supposed to add garlic to this dish, I just send them the picture of me holding the mug. Like, you do you.
I love it.
It's the best.
That's awesome.
It's my favorite.
It's the best.
It's the best. I'm going to be like this for all of my life.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Oh, man. Well, good. Well, tell Miss and the girls I said hi.
Will do.
I'll be waiting for any random FaceTime calls. I answered at like 9:45 that night for you just because
it was late, but it was a weekend. Though,
I figured I was like, he's got something good, so that's why I answered.
Yeah, there was no way you were in bed yet.
No,
like, I don't know.
Oh.
And sure enough, you were with a bunch of people partying. I know you. You know.
Yeah, man. I was just doing me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, well, good, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on, dude. I'm excited about this. Thanks for jumping on to being our first guest. And like I said, man, we'll be in touch, dude.
Right on, man. Cheers to you guys. All right. Y'all got your little drink there. I just figured I'd cheers y'all.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Cheers to you, dude.
For sure.
Cheers. All right. Hey, here's to many more.
Absolutely.
Many more.
Yes, sir, man.
And one for the fans.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome, man.
Right,
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
Later, dude.
Peace.
Bye.
Red